Time now is 6:44 in your Capitol Watch. The House of Representatives, they passed a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security despite Democrats' objections. Now the bill heads to the Senate, where some Democrats will have to vote alongside Republicans in order to pass the bill and avoid a government shutdown. So let's go live to Scripps News Group congressional correspondent Nate Reed. And Nate, what are the odds that we face another government shutdown? And what are Democrats saying about the bill?
Well, Tony, as you said, Democrats will need to cross party lines to vote with Republicans to avert a shutdown. And we did see a handful yesterday in the House of Representatives vote with Republicans to prevent a shutdown. Now, ultimately, Democrats had pushed for a lot of reforms to immigrations and customs enforcement, specifically after the shooting death of Renee Good in Minneapolis at the hands of an ICE agent. A lot of Democrats calling that agency out of control, saying that they're not following the law, had serious concerns about their funding, some calling for the abolition or defunding of ICE. The reality is Democrats are in the minority and, again, have to work with Republicans to fund the government. There were some reforms that were included in this government funding deal, which passed the House yesterday. Funding for body cameras, also some funding for additional training and oversight of the agency by Congress. But the reality is a lot of Democrats saying that they're not in favor of it, other Democrats voting in favor of funding because of the implications of shutting down the government or creating a partial government shutdown. The Department of Homeland Security, the parent organization for ICE, it's not just Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. It also funds the TSA, the people who screen you at airports, funds FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. If they were to have a lapse in funding, the government would be partially shut down, and it would affect all of those areas too, create those same delays that we saw at airports. And for a lot of Democrats, the risk was just not worth it. Now, the open question is how many Democrats signed with Republicans in voting in favor of this bill to fund Immigrations and Customs Enforcement in the Senate next week? That remains an open question. But if we are a week from today and they haven't passed that bill, there's a very good chance we could see even a short government shutdown. So, Tony, we're not out of the woods yet.
Well, Nate, as always, we appreciate those updates.